教的好猪还是坏猪？
有坏猪，有坏猪，你说说看。
家chơi hô của mình bố hoay bố tổng tớ.
Ra ngồi mình gì gì?
Sang cơ lý chỉ gần rú mi hoài chua.
Ra ngồi mình ăn xin.
何其是不上尖教的知识，可以增强学习的教教学生心智和信心，能纠正学生的不良学习习惯。
Sự sẽ son trần ua trong chơi tờ xử sĩ văn pháp.
Sẽ sân sẽ suy tài tổ.
Lây lang phay sự chen ở trên chén.
Do you have tutoring? Like, do you have someone to tutor you? Anyone?
Yes.
Do you have any? Yeah. Oh, okay. How do you feel about tutoring?
Tiring.
Oh,
Tiring.
besides that,
Boring.
why?
How about you, fat boy?
It's boring.
No, copy his idea.
It's boring because it is boring. We learn too much. We don't understand anything and it is totally useless anyway.
Why do you say that it's useless?
Only 2% of things you learn in school is actually helpful in your life. That means all of the things that you learn, like 98%,
Are you
compared to the
are you
amount of
stealing
time-
ideas from that music video?
No. No.
Yeah, doubt that. Doubt that. Doubt that. Well, why do you guys think it's boring then?
We have to learn.
Because mostly we don't have a motivation. It's mostly because our parents forced us to.
And it is boring.
So yeah.
Well,
No, it is boring because we don't have a motivation.
well, do you know what motivation came from? Came from, whatever grammar it is.
I don't know. Like if you want to be a math teacher, then you will have a motivation to be good at math. So you won't find a math class boring. Yeah. But if your parents send you to like a science class, then you will be absolutely sleepy.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah. That's an example.
Well, basically, what people mostly think of tutoring is like more studying besides school studying. How are you so tall? So yeah, so basically people just think that tutoring is more studying of school because normally people be like,
What?
What?
Go on.
stop!
Go on. Go on.
So basically, people just think about like, oh, I have to study in school, there's a lot of work, and my parents just force me to study more. But what they don't understand that tutoring is actually good for us.
Why?
Well, do you know like our top number one student, aka Tina? If you're watching this, please don't judge us. Please don't judge us that we're stupid, okay? Okay. So, did you see her? Like that top one student. Why is she top one? Because she studied a lot and like she has a lot of tutoring. So yeah, that's why tutoring gives you more knowledge. And what actually makes you like smarter than everyone else? Like as you said, it's motivation. But do you know where motivation come from?
You asked me that.
Yes, but do you know?
You asked me that.
And you said?
It depends on the career you want to be. So, yeah.
No, actually, it actually depends on whether you see that if you're learning, it's
your
like
favorite subject and stuff.
no, it's not favorite subject. Like whether you think it's useful for us or not. Like mostly people don't see that studying is very useful. I mean, well,
Go on.
Go on.
stop looking.
Looking what?
Stop making that face. So yeah, people just think that studying is basically just our parents force us, and they didn't know that it helps us to give knowledge and stuff like that. They don't really realize the true meaning of studying, because they just basically think that studying gives us knowledge to help us in our career. No, studying gives us even more. Studying helps us open your vision about the world.
Yeah, okay.
So basically tutoring is actually a good way, because tutoring is basically just helps us to open more than just what we learn in school.
How about you,
Um,
fat boy?
I agree with that.
Boy.
Yes. What? Do you have any other ideas to add to?
No.
Yeah, I know you hate studying. So yeah, actually, we should appreciate that our parents give us tutoring, because do you know in America we have to find tutoring ourselves. No one even provides us tutoring. We just, especially in college, if you want if you want someone to tutor you something, you have to directly ask them, because university is the point where you won't have
Technically, you
any
can't
help.
call that tutor, I think. I think you should call that asking after class.
No,
when you have a
I
question.
mean ask someone to tutor you.
After school, at home, or maybe at a.
Yeah, it
Center?
really depends. It depends on whether you want to study a lot or less. Because in America, college is basically it's the point where you have to decide everything by yourself. Whether you study a lot, you study not much, and whether you study this or this subjects, or everything about study, we just depends on ourselves. So yeah, tutoring is a really big help.
Okay.
Yes, but do you have anything to include to that? Stop looking at my book. Do you have anything to include it too?
Not really. But you should have a smart schedule, because
Yeah, because
a lot of students suicide because of too much studying.
well,
So-
like I said before, because they just think that study, just
No,
tutoring
because
equals
they are
study.
forced to learn too much. So the pressure is very high.
So yeah, that could also be a problem. Too much studying, too much tutoring, like that. For example, research have shown that the best way to study is through a para something rules. Like I don't remember. Like you study for 25 minutes, then you rest 5 minutes and study 25 minutes and rest 5 minutes. Like it really helps like to our brains to relax a bit more. And you all know that when we're relaxed, we actually like learn a lot more than when we're like focused too much. Because students actually have this thing called in Vietnamese, in Vietnam, like too much tutoring. Like who even needs to tutor at 11 p.m.?
You.
Excuse me? Excuse me, I go to sleep at 10 p.m. Like, so yeah, if you're a parent and you're watching this, or if you're going to have kids, or you will have kids, whatever, like, if you have kids, sooner or later, okay?
Go on.
You should always remember that.
Go on.
Why are you doing this? You should always remember that too much studying will make a lot of people stressed out. And like he said, a lot of people have suicide because of too much studying. So yeah, like first of all, you have to let them study if they really need to. Like, for example, if your kid is like top one of the school, why would that person need to study? Like, I mean, yes, you could let them study, but like it's really not that necessarily. And secondly, you have to, like he said, have your study time schedule something like appropriately, you could say. Yeah, because again, too much studying causes stress equals suicide.
My point.
Do you have anything to include?
Not really.
Like, why do you think you're going to be tutor right now?
Because I need to learn Chinese.
Well, except for Chinese, like your 218 school.
Because I'm stupid at math.
Well, yeah, that's also a reason, like, to help you like be smarter than anyone else. And you, why do you study at TITAN? Not sponsored.
Because Tina learned there, and my mom said Tina is very good, so.
Oh. Yeah, so yeah, their parents also want them to be good, so yeah, they let them study. But you should know that not too much study. Nothing is called too much study unless if you got stressed. Remember that. Nothing is called too much study unless you got stressed.
Quote of the year.
And also, Tina's quality of choosing a man is this size, so.
How did you know?
She said it.
Why do you even care about that?
Yeah.
She said it.
But why do you even remember that?
She just told me like 2 days ago.
Are you training to be that?
No. I got her. She.
So yeah, that's probably it. Why do you keep looking at your watch? So, yeah, so that's probably it, you say?